Yeah, back with another Essex story. I thought I'd tell you about the time I went to see this girl in Essex. She was from across the water. What was it called? St Mary's something. Maybe some Essex people can enlighten me. St Mary's something. But you went right across the water. Gravesend. Trying to think what it's called. St Chadwell Mary or something like that. It's just a proper dicey names, man, in Essex. Chadwell St Mary's, St Mary possibly. Anyway, and this is about, guys. This would predate the. Yeah, it would predate the Essex boys, I think, or around that time. Anyway, I've got sort of friendly with this girl, and I thought, oh, she's invited me over to Essex. I thought, oh, we'll dive over there for the night. Anyway, I went to Gravesend because you can get a ferry and go across the water. So that's what I did. Anyway, I'm getting to know this Essex bird, younger than me, and she's got a little kid and that. We're in our flat smoking weed and all that, just chilling out. And there's a tap at the door, guys. There's a tap at the door, man. And guess who's at the door? A load of Essex boys are at the door. And I didn't know what was going on at the time. But I spoke to a couple of them. They came in, they spoke to me. And what it was is they was growing weed in her flat, I think, and paying her. And obviously I'm a new bod on the block. They just wanted to put their head around the corner and sort of get butchers at me, I think, just to make sure I weren't in there lifting the lot out of the plot. But yeah, that was proper mad. But that was all cool. Yeah, St Mary Chadwell, is it called? I have to ask my mate Colin, he's from Tilbury. Yeah, yeah, Chadwell St Mary or something like that. But proper weird little area, sort of big massive blocks of flats. But she was alright though. Bit lively, that's for sure. Maybe that's an Essex girl thing. Nah, there's no Essex girl jokes on here, but I could, you know what I mean? I'm from Kent. Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, what is it? Harlow, I've been to quite a bit. Where else have I been in Essex? All over the gaff. Chelmsford Prison. While Mr. Cray was in there. This is another story. I'll wrap this into this one, man. We'll have a long Essex one tonight. Do you know, the Essex boys actually met, right? They met in a place called Hollesley Bay in Suffolk, near Ipswich. And the reason I know that place as well is about 5 years before the Essex boys met there, I'm spending my 18th birthday in the Young Offenders Institution, and it's Hollesley Bay. That's where I went, guys. So the Essex boys are coming along after me. But yeah, I've got 6 months and 3 days for driving on a ban. So they sent me up there. Yeah, because got up there, Suffolk. I'm only 17, man. I got in the old prison wagon. Everybody's talking like me. Got out the other end in like Ipswich, Suffolk, and it's all like, oh, they're all sounding like farmers to me, mate. And I'm thinking, what? I thought, where am I? I thought I was going to Feltham or somewhere. Ended up in Ipswich, but then on the sort of, they had like landings. If you look at my videos, you'll see the night I escaped helped the Chelmsford kids escape. He was all right, but he got caught. He got caught and put back in the locked up bit. But yeah, you could jump out the window and that and do the off. But obviously coming from Kent, the old Essex boys, the Essex lads didn't mind because they was obviously in Suffolk. Bosh, they're in the next county, they're in Kent, they're in Essex, but obviously me coming from Kent, I've got to go a little bit further. So I didn't think, I did my time. But apparently at Christmas time, everybody just jumping out the windows. And all you got, right, when you got captured, was 2 weeks extra. So really, at Christmas, it was worth doing the off, do you know what I mean? She was only going to get 2 weeks. Not that I've ever escaped, guys. I've been in sittings, I've been in prison sittings. In Rochester, in Kent. Where else have I been? I've been in Canterbury Prison. I've been in Elmley Prison. Because Canterbury was before Elmley. I think it should just be Sheppey Prison. But yeah, all shitholes, man. Fucking, I prefer the old jails, guys, like Canterbury. Real old ones, look like dungeons. I quite like them. But yeah, all over the place. And it was when I was going to Hollowsey Bay in Suffolk, because I was coming from Tunbridge in Kent. It's quite a trot. So what they do, as you're going up the country, when it gets to dinner time and that, they stop at prisons and that's how you get your dinner and that on a long trip. And we went in Chelmsford, Nick, when I was 17, and we got off and had dinner, and then got back on the bus, on the meat wagon, and like that Cray bloke was in there then, but I didn't see him. What was his name? Not Ronnie, Reggie. But yeah, never done any time in Chelmsford. Just passed through and had dinner. But then I ain't really committed a lot of crimes in Essex across the water there. All my crimes this side of the water, do you know what I mean? In Kent. Not that I'm doing anything now, but well, nah, not really doing a lot, but I'm always doing something. But most people are in this village, man. But nah. I used to constantly on the old one from the old bill when I was younger. But there weren't no tags or nothing then. I used to get curfews and that, signing at the police station. It's proper mad. No such thing as a tag, man. I was a bit of a bell jumper, so a tag wouldn't really have helped me, because where I was a bell jumper, it wouldn't matter if I'd had a tag on, I just wouldn't turn up anyway. Yeah, bell jumper. But then you got the risk of getting remanded, which happened once. Rochester for 2 weeks. Got in there and it was just full of, I think I've got some stories there. It's full of Pakistanis, man. Wanting to fight the white people. I thought, what the fuck? Rochester. Longest 2 weeks of my life, that was. When I was 17. And then I come out, and then this old magistrate, must be about 98, she gave me 6 months. She said, you're off for a short, it was called a short, sharp shock back then, guys. Not that I really gave a fuck, man, to be honest with you. With the ADHD and all that, you just don't give a fuck anyway. But yeah, it's the most violentest place I've ever been in, man. That young offenders makes prison look like fucking kindergarten. But obviously, in the young offenders, everyone, all these people are running around trying to be the daddy. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Really, they ain't the daddy, they're just bullies, man. In that thing I was at, I was only 17, but the oldest kid in there was called Hills, and he was 21. That was a young offender's age when I sort of got locked up. And he used to go around bullying everyone, man. And I used to sometimes think, oh, I'd love to just get up and crack him one, just to see what would happen, because I was quite a tall lad. But you couldn't really do it, though, because he had a little posse with him. So if you was to crack him anyway, you're going to have other people jumping in. But, yeah. But he was sort of developed, you know what I mean? But I was just as tall as him. But fucking crazy place, mate, that was. Crazy fucking wits about you in there. I don't know what it's like nowadays. I think it's all fucking... Everybody's crying for mummy and fucking stuff nowadays, do you know what I mean? Melting down. You couldn't melt down fucking... When I was 17, mate, you either cracked on or crumbled, man. That's what I say. You went... you either... It made you or broke you. To be honest, I just thought, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm here. I've got to do it. Let's do it. And that was it. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I spent my 18th birthday in Holiday Bay. About 5 years before fucking Tucker. Yeah, Holiday Bay, man. I think it was a remand prison or something when they got there 5 years later. But when I was there, it was a young offenders institution. Ages between 17 and 21. Which mainly housed kids from Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex and Kent. I don't know why they put... I thought I was going to Feltham in London. So I don't know why they sort of stick the Essex and Kent bods in there. I've got no idea. But I'm surprised they don't end up in a London one, or maybe they mix and match it. I'm not too sure how that worked back then. But me, no, I've never been in Feltham. Crazy. Now prisons all changed, man, isn't it? I think Muslims are running the old wings, aren't they? And bullying people and telling them you can't have fucking bacon sarnies and shit. Fuck that, man. They would hope I'll never get some fucking a couple of days jail, man. Fuck that. Fuck, they go around trying to convert you and that, getting heavy with you. Fuck that, man. Fuck it. A bit of sugar in the old kettle, mate. Get out of my face. Nah, I sort him out, wouldn't it? That's what you got to do with them kind of people. If they're coming in to fucking proper put it on you, you got to put it on them doubly bad. I've seen some real bad fucking shit in there, man. I've seen people fucking battered over a radio. Fucking crazy. Fucking, I've seen a kid just smashed a pole, man. Yeah, he still stood there. In the young offenders, that was. Well, it's so bad for me. I was 6'2", so I was quite a tall lad. So I thought, well, I'm as tall as these cunts, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, but even if they were older than me, but yeah, that was fucking strange experience, spending your 18th birthday in there. Not there's a lot of partying going on. And to be honest, I didn't really deserve to be in there. I was just driving a car when I shouldn't be. And they put me in with fucking GBH merchants, ABH fucking people, do you know what I mean? Burglars, fucking all sorts of killers, all sorts of fucking characters. But coming from the streets out there, it didn't really, the way I've grown up on the street, it didn't really bother me. I said to my dad, the way I look at it, any screw touches me, anybody touches me, man. Do you know what I mean? You stand up for yourself. But crazy. Now it's all cameraed up and crazy. In my day, there weren't fucking cameras. And even when the cameras come about, there were still blind spots where people could have a rumble if they wanted to. To be honest, some people just don't give a fuck and they'll have it wherever. I've seen that before. But personally, I just try and get my head down, swerve all that fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? Best thing you can do in jail, guys, is get your nut down and crack on with your sentence. Keep out of bother. Because I remember my report when I left the young offenders. My probation officer was reading it to me. Philip hangs around with the wrong crowd in the young offenders. I said to my old man, who's the fucking right crowd then in a young offenders institution? Fucking crazy. Very regimented it was. But don't treat the kids like it now, man. Not that anyone did anything to me, do you know what I mean? I didn't see any shit like that going on, mate. And the characters I was in there with would have fucking had to go anyway, so... Fucking... Wow. Things you do in life. For all them wrong roads I took, there was a right road. But the ADHD took me down the wrong path. But don't say that some of my pals though. They ain't got ADHD and they didn't need a lot of persuading. I don't know, guys. What be on here? 16 minutes. I'm trying to think that Essex girl's name. We started off, it was like pen friends, man, like writing to each other. I'm trying to think of her name. I'll write back up the garage in a minute. Electricity code. Last one didn't work. I'm trying to think this bird's name, man. Probably the first Essex girl I kind of I've got along with, but not that I'm sort of. I'll get along with. I'm just waffling away now. Sharon and Tracy. That's a joke, man. Southend. Southend on Sea. XR3Is and XR2s with boy racer stripes done. That's Essex. That's Essex, man. When I think of Essex, 80s Essex. And that crazy accent they've got. I can tell in Essex. Well, to be honest, Essex is originally it's an overspill of East London, really. That's what Essex is built on. A bit of history for you. Yeah. I think a lot of Essex are West Ham fans, aren't they? Fucking West Ham. Hammers. I've been to some raves in Essex as well. I'm trying to think. I've been to some illegal raves in Essex. I'm trying to think of what the places were called. It's a bit harder to remember though, like, because you're out your head on acid and stuff at the time. Harlow. Harlow I've been to. What's that other place called, man? Got a proper weird name. I think that's North Essex as well. Can't think. Yeah, you'll find a lot of Essex people sound a bit like EastEnders kind of people from East London, in my estimations. But that's because they're sort of an overspill, though. After the war, started building into Essex and built sort of Essex really. A lot of Essex. When was it? In the 50s when it flooded. Some of you Essex people probably know what I'm on about. When the tide came up in the 50s, my dad actually helped save people. My dad was a young sailor. I think it was 1953, possibly. When the tide came up, man, what killed lots of people, just wiped people out. That was pretty horrific. Trying to think what it was called. Any Essex people, let me know in the comments there. In the 50s, when the water came up, just wiped people out. Very sad. A tidal flood, wasn't it? Like, I think. It happened at night as well. That's why it killed more. Think of the name of it. It's called something specifically. Some of you Essex people might have even lost people, man, in it. I presume a lot of people did. I better go and get me electricity number. I hope this one works. I've got about £3.90 on there. I've got a code, but I've got some money, but I'll try and get the code to work. Clacton on Sea, another place. A to Z of Essex. From a Kent bod. Now, most of the times that I've been into Essex has been doing dodgy stuff. But it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, most of my Essex friends are dodgy. In one aspect or another. But then again, so am I. So they probably perceive me the same. But it's all good. Oh, I can't believe I'll go back. I could even leave it till the morning. To be honest, there's not much I've got on there. We can't even get any electric in our village, guys, because the shop just hasn't sorted it out yet. Here we go. Yeah, I'll have a ride up there. It's not too bad out there. Some of this big old spliff slowing me down, man. I think where my pal lives. What a weird name it is in Essex. Sounds like French. Sounds like French. Sounds like a French place. Can't think of what it's called. I've been to a couple of clubs as well in Essex, but it was rave night, so I couldn't have told you whether it was fucking Rackhouse or fucking Hollywoods or anywhere. Do you know what I mean? On a rave night, people from Kent just turn up fucked. We don't know where we are really. Just yeah, you're in Essex, Phil. All right. Plenty of parties like that, man. Get in trip in one hand, get out trip in the other. It's all one big trip, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go and try and sort this electric out. Whatever you're doing, watch out for Bernie.